Everybody knows exactly what chlorine is. We've all heard of it. We've known that it's been in the water for a very long time, since 1908 in the United States. We know how it feels when it gets on our skin. We know the smell at the public pools. But did you know that chlorine is actually one of the most dangerous things that we have in the water to date? And it's because it creates byproducts in our water when it intertwines with all the other things that we have in the water as well. And why does this apply to you? I know you're thinking to yourself, hey, water guys, I drink bottled water. Well, the thing is, we're still micro-dosing ourselves every single day when we use the water in any other way, taking our showers, making coffee, cooking our food, things like that. So I just wanted to show you a quick example of how chlorine works and how it gets absorbed in the body as well, not just when we're drinking it. So I actually have a quick test right here. It's going to be a chlorine test. We have tap water in this cup here. And what I'm going to actually do is put 4 drops of the chlorine solution. If it turns yellow, that means that chlorine is present in the water. So I'm going to put 4 drops in this cup here. 1, 2, 3, 4. As you can see here, it shows a tint of yellow, which means that chlorine is in fact present. If you do this test and you don't have a yellow tint in the water, you need to make sure that there is not chloramine in the water, and we'll go through that at another time. But I'm going to put an apple in this cup here and just let it swirl around just for about a minute here, okay? So I'm gonna put that in. And in this next cup that we have here, I'm gonna put reverse osmosis water from the water guy's pitcher. In other words, clean water. Same thing, I'm gonna put 4 drops here. 1, 2, 3, 4. No yellow tint in the water, no chlorine in the water. Yellow tint, chlorine. So when it comes to chlorine, it has its downfalls even when it's just by itself. It has been linked to cancer as well, but it causes byproducts in the water. A perfect example of byproducts like chlorine and the damage that it can cause over time when it mixes in with the other things that we have in our waterways is chromium-6. Chromium-6 has been in the news many times over the years and has caused thousands of cancer cases for Americans. So basically what happens is chlorine mixes with chromium-3 and it creates chromium-6. And chromium-3 got released into the waterways from our different industrial work over time. And we also had chlorine in the water to disinfect the water, and it created chromium-6. So this is why, yes, it's important to have chlorine in the water to kill off things like bacteria, so we don't have things like brain-eating amoeba and things that can kill us tomorrow. But we want to make sure that's out of the water before it gets to us. People are focusing on this, but then what about your shower water? What about all the other ways that you're using your water? Because you are micro-dosing yourself every single time you're letting a little bit of chlorine get into your system. So we recommend reverse osmosis water because let's get rid of the plastic bottles. And this pitcher here specifically will fill up on its own. You don't need to install it. It's really easy to set up as well. And we give you free shower filters. It's really important to have shower filters as well to limit the exposure to not only the chlorine, but to anything else. Because look at here, it was yellow about a minute ago, and now it has absorbed all the way into the apple, which is resembling our skin, the biggest organ in the body. We can actually absorb more water on the outside than what we can ingest. So you guys got to just keep that in mind. So check out what we have. If you learn anything new, make sure you send it to a friend, share the video, tag somebody as well, because we need to know the different type of effects that these different chemicals can have. And before I got into water, I had no idea that chlorine was pretty much enhancing all these different chemicals that we have in the water.